Friends, in this video, we will discuss the new foreign trade export remission scheme which will take over the MEIS scheme or the Merchant Export of India scheme from 1st April 2020. You know, as of now, you are getting MEIS, Merchant Export from India scheme scripts whenever certain goods are exported out of the country. These scripts are on a percentage basis on the FOB value of the exported products. For example, if you are exporting goods, say for example tea from out of India, you are getting a percentage of the FOB value in the form of MEIS scripts, which you can utilize for import of goods, or you can even sell in the market almost at par. Now this MEIS script would now be taken over by a new scheme called Remission of Duties and Taxes on Export Products, RoDTEP, from 1st April 2020. In fact, in this budget, section 51 capital B has been proposed under the customs law, whereby a electronic duty credit ledger would come in the customs portal, that is the ICE gate possibly, wherein the remission of duties and taxes under this scheme would directly be credited to that electronic ledger or e-wallet, whatever you might call it. We will discuss the nuances of this scheme and how to prepare for this scheme from today. It is especially important for trade associations and chambers of commerce to prepare their members and to get the maximum benefit out of this scheme. Just giving you an example. So today, the tea industry is getting an MEIS script to the value of 2% to 7% on the value of the export of tea. Now, this is on the basis of percentage on metric ton basis, etc. Similarly, all industries are getting this kind of benefits on export of products. Now, this would be in the form of a RoDTEP benefit, remission of duties and export on export products. Friends, now what is this scheme? Just a little background on this is that India has lost a case in the World Trade Organization. You all know India is one of the almost 160 members of the World Trade Organization. A complaint was filed by the United States of America and backed by Brazil and China that the benefit of MEIS which India was giving on export of goods was actually not remission of duties and taxes, and there was no calculation. India has appealed against that, but we are very sure from the various press releases coming out of the Ministry of Commerce and by talking to the Ministry of Commerce that from 1st April 2020, India would come out with a new scheme. Now, in this new scheme, India has to have a calculation of what is the percentage of the non-creditable taxes on export products. For example, today when you are exporting products out of India, you are getting the refund or the credit of goods and service tax. However, you know, this goods and service tax is only around 30% of the total duties and taxes which is paid by trade and industry in the form of indirect taxes. There are so many other taxes, and most important out of them is central excise and VAT on petrol products, electricity duty, stamp duty, etc., etc. So, the Ministry of Commerce now wants that all the associations, trade and industry give a weighted average of their industry of what are the duties and taxes which are non-creditable, which are utilized for manufacture of these export products and which they can give in the form of RoDTEP remission back. And mind that it will be a direct cashback in the form of credit into the electronic credit ledger of the customs under section 51B of the Customs Act, which is proposed. So, as of now, it is very important to do a calculation. In the PPT which you would be seeing, we have given a suggested calculation. It is very important for trade and industry, especially I am repeating associations, trade and commerce bodies, to get the members' data, make a weighted average of minimum 5 companies in every sector and apply to the government that see this is the percentage on an average of the duties and taxes which should be remitted to us. Friends, mind that in this time of falling exports and GDP in the country, the government is all set to boost exports, and for that reason it has also increased the budget of this scheme to 58 to 60,000 crores. So the government has got the funds. It is upon the trade and industry, especially the associations, to act immediately. Time is limited, only around 1 month for this percentage to be calculated. Trade associations, industry should get into their books of accounts, get it audited and get those formats filled up, whereby a calculation should be given and a proper representation should be made to the Ministry of Commerce to get the maximum benefit out of this scheme. Thank you very much.